Swadee Krap and welcome to Thailand News Today. Now, if you do enjoy our daily musings of things happening around Thailand, please do the right thing and subscribe to the channel. Of course, we don't just do the news, we do all sorts of other videos about information, things that you need to know if you're moving to Thailand, and once you're here, things that will help you have a good life here in the land of smiles. Now, the big story the last couple of days has been whether this plane load of Chinese tourists will be arriving today from Guangzhou. 5 different ministries have actually come up with 5 different answers in the past couple of days, which has not only confused you, it's certainly confused us. All we're doing is trying to pass on the latest news. We've got the latest about that particular flight in this news service. But let's get started with today's other main news stories. The boss hit-and-run saga drags on now, with the National Anti-Corruption Commission saying it's received a copy of an independent report on the handling of the case and plans to compare it with its own findings. Meanwhile, as investigation follows investigation, the whereabouts of Vorayuth boss Yoovidhya, heir to the Red Bull empire, remain unknown. The Assistant National Police Chief says officers are concerned about the chances of finding and bringing him back to Thailand to face charges, which include reckless driving causing death and drugs charges, including the alleged use of cocaine. So far, 7 police officers have been implicated in the Anti-Corruption Commission's report, accused of mismanaging the case against Boss and colluding to get him off. A 52-year-old former Muay Thai champion has died from a blood infection after he was bit by a giant poisonous centipede. Dokmaipa Por Pongsawang was bit only a few days ago, but didn't seek medical treatment until he was seriously ill, experiencing chills and dizziness. The Kalasin hospital director says the former fighter died from a severe blood infection. The fighter also had diabetes. A furious mother is accusing the teacher at the centre of abuse allegations at a private school of sexually assaulting her daughter by undressing her in front of a male teacher. The incident happened at the Sarasas Vorayuth school in the central province of Nonthaburi. Last week, Ornuma Plodprong admitted to her abusive behaviour, but said she would press charges of defamation against the parents who were accusing her of the assaults, all caught on CCTV. She's already been fired and charged with assault. Now, new CCTV footage shows her undressing a female student in front of a male Filipino teacher, further infuriating parents. The teacher has apologised to parents, saying she'll withdraw charges of assault she'd previously filed against them. Now, if you were a traveller trying to get accurate information about how to get back into Thailand, given the events of the past 2 or 3 weeks, even the announcement of the special tourist visa, you're probably a bit confused. Don't worry, so are we. Now it looks like the arrival of the first special tourist visa travellers headed for Phuket has been postponed till at least the end of the month. Scheduled charter flights for Scandinavian and Chinese travellers have been pushed back to at least the end of October. Just as the first passengers were scheduled to arrive, the arrival dates have been shuffled back again as, according to the Phuket tourism officials, preparation for receiving foreign travellers are not yet complete. Now, adding to the confusion, the Public Health Minister contradicted information about the arrival of the flight today, saying yesterday that a plane of Chinese tourists is still arriving today. Phuket airport officials have also said they're 100% ready with hundreds of trained personnel. The number of tourists, the preparations, the confirmation of flights, precise arrangements, all up in the air. The Phuket Governor, the Thai Public Health Minister, the TAT Governor and Phuket airport officials are all saying different things. Now, our best guess is that the mercurial Public Health Minister has again misspoken and that the flights have indeed been delayed until at least October the 25th. And as of the recording of this particular news broadcast, no flight from Guangzhou has arrived. We'll certainly do our best to try and keep you up to date with all the information about not only that flight, the first tourist flight to return to Thailand since the airports were closed back in April, but all the other information about the special tourist visa. And we have all the latest information that we know anyway at thetiger.com. The northern province of Mae Hong Son has become a dengue fever hotspot as the number of cases more than quadrupled compared to the case numbers of last year. The northern province currently has the kingdom's highest number of cases of the mosquito-borne illness, recording nearly 1,400 infections and 1 death this year. The most number of cases are 10 to 14-year-olds, followed by those aged 15 to 24. 9 migrant workers have been injured after a passing crane tore the roof off their truck on Bangkok's Wireless Road. The incident occurred near the Japanese embassy at around 9:30 last night. Police and rescue workers who arrived at the scene found a 6-wheeler truck with its roof completely ripped off by the crane. And a dive team was sent to Bangkok's Chao Phraya River early this morning to search for the bodies of 2 people who are believed to have been swept away by the river's current. The current was so strong, divers had to stop their search until the water was more calm. The couple was seen walking to a pier right next to the Rama 8 bridge when they appear to have fallen in. That search continues. Well, that's all the main news stories from around Thailand today. There is a little bit of moisture around at least until the end of the week. There's a tropical depression moving slowly westward across the country at the moment, dropping a lot of rain in, just about all parts of the country, not only here in the capital, but in other parts of the country as well, including up north and down in the south. So maybe keep your umbrella handy, be careful out there on the roads. Thank you for watching today. We'll see you tomorrow.